You won't have to see like, know just what it feels like. Come over and dance with me. Oh, baby. Won't you come over and dance with me? Come over and dance with me. Come over and dance with me. Oh, baby. I see you over there sitting in the corner.
Welcome back. We are doing the L.A. Jackson show today, and I've got a real special friend on, a very talented guy. This guy is the spin master. I met him through the parties in the park and all the Morosa Anything But Monday parties, and this is a real guy. Welcome aboard, DJ Syntronik. How you doing today?
I'm great. L.A., how are you doing?
I'm just fine, man. Thanks for taking some time out to join me on the show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's just go on and jump right in. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started doing the DJing?
Oh, wow. Actually, my music career started in about 2000. Before I became a DJ, I actually started sequencing music, and then I went from that to wanting to be more hands-on, got a keyboard, taught myself how to play music on the keyboard. Then from there, I was known as a musician, Syntronik, and I think it was about 2008, somebody said, hey, you should really DJ, and at that point, I'd already been learning how to produce as well, so tried the DJing out and fell in love with it. It's like, you know, when you're DJing at the level that I'm at right now and the genres that I DJ for, it's pretty much like producing live on stage, which is a nice challenge, and the rest from there is history. I DJ and remix songs quite a bit.
Unbelievable, man. That's awesome. And we're going to play a couple of your mixes tonight, man. You've got some great stuff on there. You did a lot of stuff with Anything But Monday. But how did you meet them? How did you hook up with Steven Stone and Anything But Monday?
Actually, I was first contacted by Samantha, who's one of the ringleaders and CEOs of Morosa Beer, and she's from Anything But Monday, and they were planning on kicking off their Morosa Beer Company here from Georgia, so they contacted me. They wanted me to do some remixes for some of their songs and get the word out in advance for them coming over here to the U.S., and I think by the time she had asked me to remix a song for her, I was already working on one.
Wow.
And
awesome.
To this day, I think it's 8 or 9 of their remixes I've done for 9 of their songs, and I think they're all very good, and they're good people. I believe in what they do. I'm a stockholder in Morosa Beer, and I usually DJ their parties, and they're really great people. They're like family to me.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I remember we had some fun last Friday at the that big party, the big bash. I call it the L.A. Jackson birthday / book signing / Anything But Monday / Morosa Beer party. And it was great to see you again, man. And it was just wonderful to hang out with you. What'd you think of that party?
I thought it was great. It's quite a nice birthday party to have, right? With
oh,
all
yeah.
that going on.
Yeah, especially knowing so many people there.
Yeah, the thing about, you know, what they do with Morosa is they nurture relationships, and there are so many good people that come to these things, entertainment professionals and fans, and, you know, anybody that's into pretty much anything, and they all gather around there, and they're all really good people. I really enjoy being able to talk to everybody that comes to those. You know, a lot of the same people come to all of them, and, you know, there's always new people coming as well, but I also love to see Samantha.
Oh, yeah, she's
Steven,
great, yeah.
Steven, they're great.
Did you catch her this time? You know, she usually comes to the parties, and her mother comes along, too. But this time, her mother and father were there, and I got a chance to meet him. He's a real great guy, too.
Yeah, and her boyfriend came, too.
Oh, yeah, and her boyfriend. That's right. It was 3 of them, so they had a full car that day.
I know she's busy working her way around the crowd, but I always make sure to spend plenty of time talking with her when I get to see her in person.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned working the way around the crowd, because I spent a lot of time, you know, I had a couple of our artists, me and my partner Wade Jones, we have a small record label called Pete City Records, and one of our artists was Ani, who performed with the dancers, and I thought she did a great job. But I was working around the crowd myself, and it was amazing because I spoke to a lot of people, but I noticed a lot of new people too. And man, I'm still kicking myself. I did not get a chance to break away and meet the new people. So I'm really hoping for another chance that we have another party real soon, and those same people come, and more, of course. And I've got to make it a special project to definitely go around and talk to the new people that I don't know.
Yeah. That's originally they had asked me to DJ for the event, and usually I do. I've DJ'd for all the other ones they've done, but I really wanted to take some time this time myself, and like you said, work your way around the crowd, meet the new people, and have more than just a second or two to talk to the people, who are fans of what I do, fans of what they do, and just really wanted to be more personable when you're DJing, and you're worried about sound and setup and you're back and forth a lot, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, but this time I really wanted to, visit with some friends there and hopefully meet a nice lady because I'm single.
Oh, lucky you. Okay, well, so am I now that I think about it. But yeah, speaking of the bunch of different people, those Morosa Bear parties have traditionally been known for bringing together a lot of different people. In fact, when I go to these parties, it's almost like I've left Atlanta and I'm sort of like in Hollywood or something, because, there's all kinds of people from all walks of life, from the highest echelon of society all the way down to, straight hood and ghetto. But let me ask you, as far as the music you mix and spin, do you gravitate towards a normal a one particular type like dance club, or do you kind of jump all over the place from pop, dance, hip hop, reggae, or where's your comfort zone?
When it comes to DJing, it really just depends on the crowd and the fan base who are there. My heart lies with the club music, dance music, I remix and DJ primarily trance music, which is kind of like a pretty version of techno with words. That's where I primarily do most of my work. But I did ladies' night gig at a place called Cooper's Corner for over a year, where I pretty much played everything. And basically, I have 800 gigs worth of music, everything from the 50s and up.
Wow!
So I can generally play anything necessary for a crowd, but everybody likes to wobble, so that one's.
Oh yeah. Definitely. So, it sounds like you would have fit right in perfectly with this big, what was it, a 3-day, what do they call those things, a mash or a rave, that's what it was. When I first met Stephen Stone, one of the first events, actually I think it was the first major event I went to with him, was out east of Atlanta, past Covington, Georgia. It was a big, huge, like, ATV dirt bike riding field kind of thing, and gosh, man, it was 3 days of nonstop partying. As far as DJs, they had like 3 or 4 stages set up. I saw the most incredible things. I saw DJs just like you, but a lot of them also had like music instruments with them, like guitars or keyboards or even drums. That was the most amazing thing that I had seen. Because even though I've been to a couple clubs before and the DJ would be spinning, I'd see a drum kit set up in the corner and a drummer would come out and play drums along with the music, which was I thought was really interesting. But at that rave festival, they had keyboards, guitars, drums, just all kinds of things. I mean, it blew my mind, and the music would play all day long, and just when I decided to, crash out, the music kept going, and when I was waking up the next morning, they were just starting to shut down. Have you ever been involved in any raves like that, or is that something that we could find you at?
I've done many shows. As far as raves go, I've done some warehouse raves, things like that. I was doing those when I was just DJ Syntronik, the musician, just playing live up there with my keyboard. But yeah, I've done some things like that. I've played all the big clubs in Atlanta. I've played Opera. I've played at Masquerade quite a few times, and
nice.
Quad, and all the dance venues that are real popular. So I love being around the party crowds, because they really enjoy the music.
Well, that's probably why they call you a party animal.
I don't know. I used to be. Maybe not so much anymore. I'm a remixing animal nowadays.
Cool. So you originally from Atlanta, or where you from originally?
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta. I lived here all my life. Other than wanting to go to Europe, I really have. I really think I like Atlanta more than I would anywhere else.
Well, I'm glad you answered that question, because I've been here in Atlanta. I moved here. I was born in Jamaica, grew up in New York, lived in L.A. for a couple of years. Then I moved here in 1982, and I've pretty much been here since then. But I'm glad that you said you were born and raised here, because I've met so many people from Atlanta. Now, why is it that some people have a heavy Southern accent and others don't? And in your case, I wouldn't have guessed that you were from Atlanta, because you don't even seem to have any kind of Southern accent.
Yeah, and when I was a teenager and becoming an adult, I hate to say it, but at the time I didn't necessarily like the slang, type of Southern drawl, if you want to call it that.
Can you fake it?
So I taught myself to lose the accent for the most part.
Well, can you fake it?
Can I fake it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, this is the way I talk now. So.
Okay. So
Yeah,
even
I don't like to fake anything. It just took some time.
Well,
you won't hear me say flares, or if I say y'all, it's probably by accident.
Okay, but if you had to, because this is my natural way of speaking too. But if me want to fling the script a little bit, me can fake a little Jamaican,
Yeah.
So can you do that if you wanted to kind of even for 30 seconds or 10 seconds? Could you hey y'all, we all going on down to you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know if I want to do that. It might make some people angry. It's just a personal preference for me. I actually really like how it sounds coming from other people.
Okay.
Especially the ladies. They
Oh
sound
yeah, that
sweet,
sounds sexy.
And they say honey and sweetheart. I love all that. It's just a personal preference. I choose not to do that if I can help it.
That's cool. So how did you actually pick up the name DJ Syntronik?
I love that question. When I originally started making music and I was taking it from a hobby and making it more serious, I actually asked my ex-wife to help me come up with a name, because I was just banging my head against the wall, wanting a name that no one else had. And she goes, "Well, what is it going to be?" And I said, "Well, at that point in time, I was doing a mixture of synth pop and electronic and dance music." And she just put the synth part and the electronic part together, and I changed the C to a K, and Syntronik was born. So
nice.
Luckily, I'm the only one that's had the name.
Nice,
and it's copyrighted, and
cool.
There's a computer software company called Syntronik, but since they're not linked to music, then they don't get in my way, and I don't get in theirs.
That's great, man. Now, you did say a magic word. I don't know if it's magic, but it's an interesting word that I guess that can bond us outside of our musical bond, and that's ex-wife, because that I guess that shows that you were at one point married, and so was I, and we both gone on and was able to continue our musical endeavors, as bachelors.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was she into music?
Yeah, she likes the normal top 40 hip hop, things like that, and I've always been open to anything, and especially once I started doing ladies' night, I really learned how to enjoy hip hop more, because man, them ladies want to shake the booties to the hip hop music. Man.
That's cool.
I got so much respect for that now. Seeing what it makes people feel like doing and the fun that they have with it. It's
cool.
It's really great, and but she likes that kind of thing, and I've always been kind of dance oriented from the beginning.
Okay. Well, why don't we set up one of your first songs over here, "Lost for Words"? How did that come about?
Okay. The original track by Giuseppe Ottaviani was really good, and I wanted to give it a little bit, pep it up a little bit, give it a little house sound added onto it, and got a sample from Mr. Max Graham, who's fantastic. He's very popular in my line of music. And to put together this mix is Lost for Words. It's the DJ Syntronik versus Max Graham mix by Giuseppe Ottaviani with Amber Shepard on vocals, and it's one of my favorites.
Well, let's check it on out. Here's Lost for Words. Ouch, man! I feel like putting my dancing shoes on. That's a real dance classic right there, dude. Man, what were you thinking about when you put those blends together?
Honestly, I approach every track differently. Basically, when I hear a song and I like it, within 2 minutes I'm already remixing it in my head. And luckily for me, a lot of people just have to try things out and see if they work. By the time I actually get to the point where I'm actually mixing it or remixing it, I already know in my head what I want. It's just a matter of getting that into the recording. And one thing about my style is, there are a lot of people out there, I'm not knocking it, but a lot of people will use programs to put everything in, line everything up. What I actually do is I create sounds with my keyboard, and then I use a recording program to record those sounds on my laptop. And then from that point on, everything that goes into my remixes is actually mixed in real time with my mixer. Hands-on. That's the way I like it to be. And that's the effects, and anything I add to a track is actually produced through a DJ program that I use.
That's amazing, man. You sound like you're real talented with all the different resources that you have in your toolbox. And let me ask you, since that's your forte, like I mentioned earlier, my partner and I, Wade Jones, shout out to Wade, that's my buddy, man. But we started a label called Peach City Records, like I mentioned before. Right now we have two artists named Kimosha Latoy, and she's the first lady of Peach City. And we also have a young lady named Ani who performed at the party last week. Would you, especially if I send them to you and you get a chance to check them out, would you be able to maybe work some of your DJ Syntronik magic on those tracks?
Sure, it's a possibility. We can definitely talk about it.
Great, man. Great. I want to definitely explore that and see what kind of things we could come up with and see if we can get some jewels out of that and stuff like that. Cool. So, yeah, let's keep talking about your music. You mentioned that you're curious or interested in doing the European thing. Have you ever been out there?
No, I've got some friends that live out there, especially in Germany and that area around Belgium and Holland, and the type of music that I do, the genre itself, where I do most of my work is called trance. For those who don't know. And basically out there, that is their version of pop music. It's huge out there in Europe. Usually if you see somebody coming in from Europe and you hang out with them for a little bit, this is the kind of stuff they listen to. Anytime that if you play it, they just, no matter where they're at, they want to get up and just start dancing and partying.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, I definitely would like to go out there. I could make a full-time living out there.
Probably so, man.
Unfortunately, the only thing holding me back from that is I got family here I don't want to leave behind. I've got a 12-year-old son. I love you, Grayson.
Hey, listen, speaking of here, and that's funny that you mentioned it because I interviewed, and since you've been to a number of the Morosa Beer Party in the Parks, I think you might have been there when my good friend Bobby Johnny Wesley came. It ended up raining that night, but we still had a great time. I say he's a white guy. He looks like a cowboy. He's got the cowboy hat, but he likes to play reggae music. And he's way up in Helen, Georgia. And so there's an event he invited me to called Oktoberfest. Is that something you might plan on going to? Up 85 and 985?
Oh yeah, I've been to quite a few Oktoberfests up in Helen. They do it right up there.
Oh, nice. I have not been there yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting up there and checking out Helen and the Oktoberfest. I hear they
need some Morosa beer up there, though.
We spoke about that. We spoke about that, and he just ordered 12 of my Musicology 2101 books, and it's just amazing. I have no idea what he's going to do. He said he's just going to plaster them all over Helen, but I'll tell you what, man, I'm really looking forward to going up there and checking that out. But he mentioned that there are girls walking around in those little German outfits and everything, and I've seen pictures of it, but I've never seen it live with my own two eyes, so that's going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it can get pretty crowded down there.
Oh, well, I'm really curious. Now, how much do you know about Helen? What kind of population is it? Is it like 20,000 or 200,000?
Oh gosh, I mean it's a small town. Most of the year, they pretty much model it after I think a modern Swiss German town up in the mountains. It's a small town that is nice for shopping, and especially if if you like looking through the shops, and they got lots of jewelry shops, some really good places to eat right on the river that runs through there. But their two busy times of the year is Oktoberfest, because it's so crowded sometimes everywhere you go you're waiting to walk somewhere. And then at Christmas time they light it up like a giant Christmas tree. The whole city is amazing then as well.
Wow. Is it like with it being up there in the mountains and stuff, are there any like rivers or lakes or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know for sure which river it is exactly, but it runs right through the center of town, and it's nice. They got a river there. You can actually go, walk over the bridge and look at it, or there's a couple of restaurants right. Literally, you're sitting right on the river.
Awesome.
It's pretty nice, and it's as close as you can get to German alpine mountain life as I think you can get probably in this country down there. It looks really authentic.
Unbelievable. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think I'm definitely going to have a book event or book signing event of some sort up there. September is going to be a really busy month for me myself. This Saturday, I hooked up with my buddies Raymond and Rose, and they're with R&R Productions. They're putting together a nice cruise. I call it the Hot Yacht Cruise on Lake Lanier. That's this Saturday. So they invited me to bring some books up with me, and I'm going to do a book signing on a boat this Saturday.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. And while I'm plugging my book, and you've got carte blanche to come to any of my events, man, because we took a picture with you holding my book at the party last Friday. But next Saturday, I'm going to be having another book signing at Club Blitz down in Riverdale, and I know that's like on the opposite side of the world for you because you're way, way, way north of Atlanta, and this is way south of Atlanta. So
yeah, I grew up in Riverdale. I know the area well.
Get out of here. Okay. So, yeah, I'll be over there next Saturday, the 14th, and then on the 21st, they asked me to be a keynote speaker at the King Center, believe it or not. So I'll be schlepping my book over there and doing some things over there. So I'm going to be tied up the rest of this month. But I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to October and Oktoberfest. And where in North Georgia you said you are?
Right now, I'm actually staying up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm up here. My grandfather's got cancer and chemotherapy. And
I'm sorry.
Kind of helping him out.
Okay. Are there any music events that take place up there?
None that would want somebody like me.
That's funny.
Give some people heart attacks up here.
Make them go deaf.
Yeah. But no, it's good though because I do have work that I also do up here. I've been up here for the better part of the year working, and I was renting a house down in Snellville, Georgia, but I was never there. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to just keep paying to rent a house and I'm never there.
Right.
So I just recently, actually, during the last weekend during the party, I was in the middle of moving out up here. And, I want to be close to help out my grandfather, and, I love my family.
Absolutely.
So, they have to go to appointments, nearly daily.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working up here. So, for right now, it's okay. I'm a city boy, and I want to get back down to the city eventually. But for right now, doing what needs to be done. That's
right. So has that held any kind of impact on your DJ life?
No, not really. I mean, it's definitely given me a lot more time to, later in the evenings, to work on mixing and remixing a whole lot. There's not particularly a lot to do up here. Not too many clubs to go to in the middle of the night, like I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives me a little bit of focus time on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I was up there with that quiet, and you could see the stars really nice. I mean, you could get a sky full of stars. But, yeah, something like that, I can see how that would allow you to spend a lot of time focusing on your craft and getting better at that.
Yeah.
Well, tell me something about your remixing preferences. Do you choose to, or do you drift towards remixing more female vocals than male, or is there an even mix between? Does it even matter to you?
I would like to say it doesn't matter, but just in general, the vocalists that are on many of the tracks that I do, the female vocalists are just absolutely outstanding, and you know, it just kind of sucks you in with the sweetness of their sound. And there's a little special trick I put on vocals to make them sound a little bit, even, you know, a slight bit sexier and
nice,
more welcoming and open. And so, you know, realistically, I guess you could say I prefer female vocalists, but you know, when there's a good male vocal that works, you know, I'm all about, you know, seeing the vision of the track and where I can bring it. The vocals are great, but a lot of it is dependent on the music I'm going to be working with and what I'm going to add to it. Because, you know, I can't sing.
Me neither, man.
I can make music like a beast, but I can't sing.
I send people running when I start singing.
And so where I work my magic is through the mixing and adding sounds and bass lines and drum beats and effects and the overall structure of the song. I call myself a sound shaper.
A sound shaper, I like that.
I can take a song and make it edgier and, you know, give it a kick.
Do you find that you're more productive or more creative in the daytime or the nighttime?
Definitely the nighttime.
Really?
A lot of times I'm actually up till, you know, 2 or 3 in the morning working on tracks. That comes, I guess, from the DJ life too.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going to work at you know, 9 o'clock and you don't leave till 1 or 2 in the morning. You know?
That's right. Or later.
Yeah. I know Friday I didn't get home till 7 a.m.
Yes, yeah. You know what? You got home. You broke my record. I got home after that party. I went to 2 after parties, and I ended up getting home at about 5 myself.
Yeah, me and a group of friends from the party, we actually took the party outside when they shut it down, and we were out there literally talking music till 5 in the morning, and then I had to bring Nevada home and bring myself back home. But you know, that I just love talking to people about music, because anyone that knows me will tell you that up front I am absolutely passionate about music and the type of music that I work with.
Well, sounds like we're from the same loin, and since we're speaking about nighttime activities, I think that's a perfect setup for your next song called Just One Night. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, that's my all-time favorite of the remixes I've done for anything but Monday. They actually sent it to me as a demo that they were just kind of toying around with at first. It actually has Neo in it, who's very popular now.
Mm-hmm. So this was before he was popular?
No, I mean, I think he was popular at that point, but he's way more popular now.
Right, yeah.
This was in 2011, I believe, the later part of it. They sent me a demo, just kicking around to see what I could do with it. I went into it, worked my magic. I absolutely love it because it's just so soothing and upbeat, and the message and the vocals is fantastic. And actually, once I did the remix and sent it back to him, I was actually told that one of the heads of Sony Music was actually wanting to, put a fast track on that and get it released.
Wow.
We still haven't released it yet. I honestly think it's because of the lineup change in the band had something to do with it. But I'm still holding out hope that it'll get out there because, in my opinion, it's the best one I've done of theirs, and it's always been a personal favorite of mine.
Well, maybe Just One Night it will be released. Let's go on and check that song out. Just One Night, DJ Syntronik. Hey!
Beat drops. Let the feeling take over. Take over your mind. We all in a trance. You see it all in our eyes. Let's live it for now and take it to the wicked and freaky. Let's get crazy. 'Cause tonight is the night. We'll remember for life. A party like it's our birthday. We wanna do good things in the right way. We treat the world like a one-night stand. Yeah, that's the plan. Treat tonight like it's the last one. This one night. Tell me where should we go? This one night. We just came to say hello. Just close your eyes and we can travel all across the globe. This one night. Tell me where should we go? This one night. We just came to say hello. Just free your mind and we can travel all across the globe. This one night. Live it up, yeah. This one night. Drink it up, yeah. This one night. Our minds from everything. Take a break so far away that we won't even need a plane. Party, party like you never seen us before. We taking off behind the clouds so you can't see us no more. This one night. Tell me where should we go? This one night. We just came to say hello. Just close your eyes and we can travel all across the globe. This one night. Tell me where should we go? This one night. We just came to say hello. Just free your mind and we can travel all across the globe. This one night. Tell me where should we go? This one night. We just came to say hello. Just close your eyes and we can travel all across the globe. This one night. Tell me where should we go? This one night. We just came to say hello. Just close your eyes and we can travel all across the globe. This one night. Tell me where should we go? This one night. We just came to say hello. Just close your eyes and we can travel all across the globe.
Yeah, you sure did do some magic on that one, man. Just one night. You got like the golden touch, man. Like I say that about Steven Stone a lot because he's done so many wonderful things. When he was with Rough House Records, you know, he was responsible for the street marketing and a lot of behind the scenes stuff with Criss Cross and Cypress Hill and the Fugees and Lauryn Hill. And from there he did the Fantanas and sold that idea to Coca-Cola. And from there, I think he made a movie and ran into the Anything But Monday Girls and Marosa Bear. So, I've always looked at him as the fellow with the golden touch on the level that he's on. And certainly, without a doubt, you're the DJ with the magic touch because what you're doing is touching songs and just turning them into gold, my friend.
I appreciate the compliment, and I also feel the same way about Steven Stone. He we all know in the entertainment business, particularly the music business, it can be a little dicey at times.
Oh yeah,
you never know who you can trust.
Nope.
But on the top of the list of people who are who they say they are, do what they say they can do, and have your back. Steven and Samantha are at the top of that list in my book.
That's right, man.
They're fantastic people.
Great people. And as far as making drinks to mash you up, I have to throw Kathy the bartender in there too.
Oh, I love Kathy, man. I tell you what, usually I'll have a drink or two and then move on to some Marosa during the night, but that second Long Island Kathy made me, I got halfway through it and gave it away.
Man, I tell you what.
Too much.
I don't. At least you know what you were drinking. Every time I'm hanging out, I might drink one or two moroses, and then I let Kathy take over, and I just call them mystery drinks because they could be any color. You know, one day they're clear, one day they're peach or pink colored, or I just don't know what the heck is in it. And every time I ask her, she just never tells me.
Yeah. I like to make a lot of strange drink mixes myself. When I had my ladies' night gig, I actually came up with a drink called the Blue Ball. It was
nice,
very, very famous, and had kind of like a Kool-Aid amaretto kind of taste to it, and it was really popular. I make that just about every party I go to now.
Oh, so you're a DJ / bartender too, huh?
Oh no, I'm not a trained bartender. I just like to concoct stuff and throw it together, and usually it works out.
That's nice, man. That's cool. That's cool. So what's ahead for you, man? You got anything new or different that you got on your on your charts?
Well, basically the spot I'm at right now, I mean, I absolutely love what I'm doing. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. If I'm completely content, but always driving forward. If I could do anything more right now, it would be really to kind of help steer people in right directions and give them my advice. I'll never give up my bag of tricks, so to speak, but the processes I went through and lessons I learned, being in the business for 13 years now, just
13 years. That's a long time, dude.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You've been in a lot longer than me.
I was just gonna say, so that makes me a caveman because I've been. Let me see, I think probably 1982 was when I started working at a record store, and then I got with Sony Music in '84. So yeah, that's 30-something years, I guess.
Yeah, but I definitely, one thing I want to do, and people that ask me for advice, on Facebook all the time, and I give them a lot of detailed advice usually, and I get told that I inspire people all the time on Facebook. I get messages often about how the way I handle myself and the way I see things and the way I've done things really inspire them. And that means a lot to me. The music is important, but it's also to know that I'm reaching people and presenting the DJ and remix image in a professional manner is hugely important to me.
Absolutely, and since you said Facebook, man, I just want to say thank you for being my Facebook friend. You've been sharing a lot of great stuff, links and messaging and all kinds of stuff, and then you posted that photo album the other day, and you had pictures of me that I didn't have, so I really do appreciate you sharing them with me, bro.
Oh, you're welcome. Every event I go to, there's even, events that I take part in, and sometimes when I just show up at clubs, I've got a good eye for, taking pictures, and I like to do it. It's a minor hobby of mine, and, I'll take pictures just about any event I go to, and like to share them, but, that's one thing I like to do. I like to make other people look good.
That's cool. And speaking of making other people look good and sounding good, obviously, but have you ever gotten involved in any kind of like A&R type thing where you find new talent and either work with them somehow or anything like that?
I don't know about new talent. I mean, when I started DJing, basically I was looking for up-and-coming DJs and artists, and I was putting shows together called Trans-Atlanta shows, showcasing a lot of guys who, haven't played a big gig in a big venue, and we were putting them in opera and masquerade, and, I used to like to really get behind and support up-and-coming DJs. As far as artists go, it really just depends on what's, I do have to like the track I'm remixing because everything I do comes from the heart, and I gotta have a certain bit of interest invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that also brings out the best of what I do.
Gotcha.
So I'm always open to anything, and especially when something inspires me, I go all in. I think for 99 bottles of beer, I've already made 2 different mixes of that.
Holy cow!
And I put in if you I know you've heard the Crush that you had on there before.
Oh yeah, we played that on the Stephen Stone show.
Yeah, Sunphase, did a great job with it, his original version, and then I took his original version and and reorganized it, reshaped it, added drum kicks in there and some more effects, and I think that's one of the songs that I've had the most passion for that I remixed.
Nice.
That as well as the one that I literally just finished yesterday that's apparently making a statement.
Okay. Well, shifting the subject over a little bit. I know we had a conversation the other day, and I want to just retouch that one because it was so unusual and so interesting at the same time. What were we talking about when the subject of jumping out of planes came up?
Oh, we were talking about how I'm open to any kind of new life experience and things other than music that I'm into, and we were talking about that, and the craziest thing I ever did that was the most fun and was skydiving.
Unbelievable.
And, I absolutely love it. There's nothing like it.
I always said before I got married, I said, well, I'm going to get married. I'm going to try it out, this, that, and the other. If it doesn't work out, though, I'm going to really experiment and push my levels of comfort, and I'm going to go jumping out of plane and go skydiving. And, of course, the big D-Day came, and we broke up and everything, and then that thought popped in my head, and I tell you what, I said, forget it. There's no way I'm going to do that thing.
When it came to skydiving, I've always been kind of an adrenaline junkie, want to push the limits, but really it's just about fear control, which is a big thing in my life. Willpower and controlling any type of fear. If there's something that I think I might be scared to do, like I want to go right for it. The funny thing is too is when we were up in the plane, there were about probably maybe close to 20 of us in this giant plane. And the instructors usually make bets on who's going to bail out because usually at least one person per plane ride chickens out, and they usually finger the guy who's the most outgoingly excited about it and, compensating for fear, and he's going to back out. So every guy on that plane but one bet against me. That guy made some money, I guess, because as soon as they opened that door and they're like, okay, I was out the plane. I couldn't wait to get out of that thing. I couldn't wait to experience it. You're basically falling at 200 miles an hour, free falling for at least 2 minutes, depending on how high you're up. And that's just a great feeling. After that, nothing else in this world seems fast.
Well, I ain't mad at you, but I'm going to keep my booty on the ground. However, going back to my childhood, and again, that's nothing I would even attempt now, but when I was young, sure, I was much more ballsy back then, so to speak. But me and my brother and a couple friends, we went canoeing. We used to go upstate New York to Delhi, stayed with a family called the Breens, and they were just a wonderful family. I think there was 8 of them, just a large family. Just everybody had a heart of gold. They let people passing through town stay with them, and just a wonderful family. But they used to do everything, go camping out. They'd go out, canoeing. I got into motorcycling up mountains with them and just everything. But one day, me, my brother, and a couple friends up there went canoeing down the Delaware River. And right around April is when the snow on the mountains start melting, so the river gets really, really deep at that time. And I don't know whose idea it was, but yep, we decided to go canoeing down the river at that point. And I was one of the not the captain, certainly not the captain, but a crew. And long story short, we capsized, man, and that canoe went over. And I just have to admire everybody because they went to save the canoe, the oars. I don't know how they could see those little pieces of stick going down the water, but I was the only one that just was like, hey, save yourself. And I was the only one darting towards the shore immediately after we capsized, man. And that's just something I don't think I ever want to go through again.
Yeah, even at my age now, I still like to challenge myself and push that fear threshold. There's one thing on my list still to do I haven't done, and that's actually ride or fly, however you want to word it, in a biplane, doing the barrels. I hear that's the most intense thing you could possibly do.
Nice. Well, go on and set up the next song, Love Never Came. What's that all about?
Love Never Came is actually my most popular mix so far. It's got a lot of plays, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's a track by Armin van Buuren. He's actually been voted the #1 DJ in the world. So I'm honored to be doing the mix for this song. Richard Bedford is on the vocals.
Okay.
And, it's unusual for my other tracks because it gets right into it, doesn't have much of an intro, and it's a little bit of a more somber subject matter than I usually get inspired to mix, but I mean, just the message of the song was good, and I wanted to challenge myself a little bit and, make a song a little bit more morose, give it a little bit of bite and edge to it, because he sounds sad, but I want him to give it a little bit of an edge where you're kicking the bricks, and you're just frustrated, and a lot of people can relate to that song. But it's my most popular, one of my favorites, and like I said, honored to be doing a song by Armin. He's one of the people who inspired me.
Well, let's check it out. Here's Love Never Came, the DJ Syntronik mix.
I've waited here between the light and the rain, hiding in the cracks in the wall, trying to break my fall as I lose you again. And you're gone, as though love never came, as the love turns and leaves me here again. I've waited here, holding on to pieces of the past, but nothing makes sense anymore. I can't seem to push us back together. I thought we'd be forever, but you're gone, as though love never came, as the love turns and leaves me here again. As though love never came, I guess love always leaves me here. You leave me here, but I'll run from your shadow. The darkness always hides behind the sun, but I'm still holding on. The silence and the emptiness, the darkness sinks to me when you're gone, but I'm still holding on. I'm still holding on. As though love never came, as the love turns and leaves me never came. As the love turns and leaves me here, you leave me here.
Now that's an interesting spin right there. I mean, you just you supersede all your boundaries. I mean, it seems like you're just always doing something different on every one of your tracks, man. I don't know how you keep finding the new ideas to come up with to make interesting music.
It's for me. It's like I wish I could say it was just pure skill, but a lot of it is inspired. I think. You know, every time I'm going to remix a track, I have a totally different vision for it, and it's almost like I get like a little music video type thing going in my head about visually what kind of sound I want to add and how I want the overall track to end up. And luckily for me, I guess with a production and musician background and all that, you know, and DJing a little bit too, you know, I wish I could explain how I do it, but it just. You know, it just comes to me.
Well, speaking of visuals and stuff like that, have you ever pursued or thought about doing more work in videos or getting your stuff in film, or even maybe being, I don't know, like an extra where there's a scene and they have a club scene and the DJ's there and it's you?
That would be really cool, actually. I've had a few people send me messages on email about keeping me in mind for movie soundtrack work. Usually that will go through the original artist, because even though I do the remix, you know, they're the original owners of the copyright. So a lot of that goes through them. But I have been an extra in a movie before. I don't think it was ever put out.
Which one? What was it? What was it?
Gosh, I can't even remember the name of it.
Oh, wow.
Some guys were doing it in Atlanta, and a big production crew, and they were doing a party scene. And it's so weird about movies, too, is when you see the actual movie, and you're hearing the music and all the conversations, and somebody's walking through a room, and, you know, it all looks like it just is happening in real life, but in the real-life movie setting, and you're in a party, you don't say a word.
That's right.
It's totally silent. You're just standing there mouthing, pretending like you're saying something.
Yep.
And it was so weird.
I was in, I did some work, and I didn't know it when I got booked to do the job. They just wanted a spotlight operator. So I went down and started working the spotlights and everything. And it turns out that there was a scene in this upcoming TLC movie, and they were at a concert, and they needed 3 spotlights for that, and I was one of the 3, believe it or not.
Oh, awesome.
So I can't wait till that comes out so I could see what the footage. I mean, I already know that I'm not going to see. All you're going to see is the light anyway, so you're not going to see me, but you'll see my light.
Yeah, that is something that would be really cool though, because the people who have seen me actually doing my main thing, which is doing the trance DJ shows. I'm very energetic. You know, some DJs they unfortunately just kind of stand there, but I always got my hands up in the air, or I'm dancing around, or I'm jumping, and, you know, I get so into it. And I would love for that to come out on film. You know, that would be fantastic for the whole, to reach more people, to show them that I'm not just standing there, you know, playing other people's music. I've got my heart and soul into it.
Right.
And it definitely motivates the crowd too. I'm just as active as the crowd is.
Exactly, man. I mean, you sure do put it on down there, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Well, shoot, man, it's just been great talking with you, my brother. I hope we can do some musical projects together, because we sure have gotten really, really deep up into the music. You turned me on to some things I didn't even know about you, and that was great, because I thought that you just, you know, spun and DJ'd. So knowing that you do remixes, you add musical qualities to tracks, I certainly want to do some projects, some collaborations with you, either by myself or on behalf of Peach City Records and our artists. And, you know, book number 2 in musicology, I was originally thinking about having it come out towards the end of this year, but I think I'm going to ride out this year with Musicology 2101 and kick off 2014 with Musicology 2102. And as you know, that book brings us up to the present, because Musicology 2101 starts off way back in biblical times. We talk about African communication with drums and music and everything, and Greek, Roman music, all that stuff. But all of that's way back in the old days. I try to show the beginning of how music started traveling with man's evolution. But by book number 2, we bring it up to the modern times. And I guess towards the middle or end of that book, I'm talking about the parties in the park and the Stephen Stone, the Rosa Bear, anything but Monday stuff. So I definitely want the world to know that they're going to see a little bit more of you, especially with regards to Musicology 2102, man. So I just thank you for being there. I'm looking forward to that book coming out, and you know, just giving you the book, and just you know, just giving you something that you're in, you know.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's quite a compliment coming from you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, man. Again, you've had a million things you could have been doing, man, and we're going to close out the program today.
Just want to also make sure I give contact info out on.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my fault. Definitely. Make sure you do that.
No problem. I've got a SoundCloud page where you can hear my newest mixes and remixes. That's at www.soundcloud.com/DJ Syntronik, which is spelled DJ SYNTRONIK with a K at the end there. That's where I do my remixes. I'm on Facebook under DJ Syntronik as well, at Facebook/DJ Syntronik. I do share more of that on Facebook than anywhere. And then I also have my DJ live sets at mixcloud.com/DJ Syntronik. And I appreciate you having me on here in LA, and anytime.
Well, I appreciate you too. And folks out there listening, just remember that God needs us all to do something good for Him. But first, we've got to do something good for ourselves. I love you, man. Want to see you again real soon. Let's check out this track, and y'all have a good night. Peace.
Just what it feels like. Come over and dance with me. Oh.